npm create void at the rate latest. After that, I will write the project name components. So I will select as a React, I will select as a JavaScript. I want installation, no, I don't want installation. SRC. Yeah, it's inside that which file I need to create a main.jsx. Okay, inside that what I need to write? Import React from React. Next, import React from React DOM / client. After that, React DOM dot create root of document dot get element by ID of next dot render method of. Okay, so whatever the data I want to render here. Simply what I will do here, one h1 tag I will take. I am a main component. So I want to check whether it is running or not. How to run this one? Open the terminal, command prompt we need to open, npm run dev. And this is a local storage for a local URL, control C. Control V. Successfully my app is running here. Now, what we need to do now, what I told, React is a component based architecture. Still I did not create any components. Today also the concept is a component. So component means separate files we need to create from. Component means separate files I need to create. So I will create the two files. One is a function based component, another one is a class based component. First I will create a class based component here. So inside the SRC I am going to create the one more file, class based component .jsx. Always remember guys, the file name you need to start with uppercase. Now you will not understand that one. For the classes I will tell some other things there, that it is very useful for you. Always the file name should start with uppercase only. Okay, class based component.jsx and yeah, what is the syntax? First what I need to do, import React from React. Okay, after that what I need to use here, class based component class I need to create, right? Now whenever you are writing the class name, it should be uppercase only, right? Or else you will create with the lowercase. Class means uppercase only you will create, right? So class based component. After that, extends. What I'm extending, React dot component. Guys, remember it is in the uppercase. Component should be in the uppercase. React dot component. That particular component should be in the uppercase only. So after that, curly brackets we need to use. Now inside this, I need to use the render of method. Render of method. Now inside this, I need to use the return. Make sure that you should use the return keyword, whatever you want to display in the UI. Is it clear? Now here also I will use one h1 tag. I am a class based component. I am a class based component here. Now what I need to do now, actually what we are writing, it is a JavaScript only, right? If you observe carefully, class based component, we will create the multiple ways of the object. Class constructor, we remember. There also use the class name inside the internal things. Here what I did in the inheritance, I added the concept that which is extends me and we are using. It is a JavaScript only, right? So we can't directly display the UI. Then we will play with the modules now. So what I need to do now, I need to export this one. That is a syntax only, right? Backend Nichols for you completed at least backend. Started at least. Which concept you are now? Data types are okay, fine. So here what is the use case of this extension? Means React.component is a parent of the class-based components. The properties which is present inside the React.components, the child class will be accessing. For that case, we need to write the extension. Okay. Actually, it is a backend also advanced level concepts only. So don't worry about it. Just you can copy the syntax. Okay. After that, what I need to use here? Export default. What I need to export now? Class-based component I need to export. Class-based components I need to export. Now the question is how to utilize this data. Now the question is how to utilize this data here. So to directly I can't write inside the main bit because components means we need to make it as a code readability also fine for us. So due to that reason, in between we have one more fellow is there. Make a connection means by using the app component we will use. By using the app component we need to use here. Sir, why is an app component means everything we will not display in the main one. The app will take it as a parent. Everything I will dump inside the app. App I will dump inside the main. Okay. So again app.jsx, again class-based component I will create. Import React from React. Next one, class app extension React dot component again inside that render of inside that I need to return. Okay, so I need to return this. Now the question is what I need to return. Class-based component I'm going to return here. How to return that one now? You guys can check. So here returning also we have it two ways. We can use the unpaid tag also, paid tag also. We can use the paid tag also, unpaid tag also. Mandatory you need to use like this. Okay. Before that one I need to import it, right? Import class based component. From where I need to import dot slash class based component. So now we can use here class based component. Directly I can write like this also. Directly I can write like this, and after that I will use the export default app. Export default app here. Now this app I need to render inside the main. So inside this directory we need to render the app component. So this is the second way. Either you can use a paid tag, either you can use an unpaid tag also. Anything is a fine for us, not at all issue. Okay, ma? Anything is a fine for us, not at all issues here. I imported the app structure also. I imported the app also. Now you guys can check. I am a class-based component. Now, how it is working, we will see now. Okay, how it is working, we will see now. Now, if you observe carefully here, I have a main component is there. Okay, ma'am. Now, along with that, I have a app component is also there. Now, I have a class-based component is also there. Class-based component is also there. Now, how it is going to work? Class to app. Okay, I am calling this class-based component function into the app component. This as app component I will call inside the main component. Okay, sir, why I am using the in between app but directly you can call it in the main also. Yes, ma'am, we can call only. Currently I have only single component, it should good only. But when I have a multiple components means it will not looking good, right? For example, same class component I have one more is here, but now you can check. This is a one class component. Now I have a one more class component here like this. One more class component I have like this. Okay, what I told, components all are the independent. It means they are not depending on the each other. How many I want I can create, right? Because both all are the independents only. But I want to use all of them now. But I want to use all of them. So how can I use now everything I will dump inside the main again? If I will do like this means again it is a JavaScript only now. Everything I'm making in a single file. Then why I need to learn React? Inside the JavaScript only I can do everything. First of all, React means component-based architecture, reusability, code readability. Yes or no? Code readability means when you divide it into the multiple parts, definitely you will get the code readability is good, right? Now what I will do, same this class I will call inside this. Now this class also I will call inside this here. Now what will happen? All three components I am calling inside the app. Now that whole app component I am calling inside the main. Is it clear, ma? Now I have a one more component is here. Now what will happen? One more component is here. One more component is here. But I want to reuse the component. For example, this second component is there, right? I want here also I can use. Here also I can use. And again I will dump this data inside the app again. So component based means how many components also you can recreate. Now same this second component also I can use wherever I want. See wherever I want I can utilize these things. However I want utilize this one. Now for suppose if you are having the independence, what you people will do wherever you want you will go, right? Now what you will question is same to them here also independent means where I want I will call it I will utilize that one. Is it clear everybody? All of you clear, Amma? Now this is nothing but a component based architecture only we will call this one. Like this we are going to create the n number of components. Sometimes we will not directly dump inside the app also. Some other things we will use, we will dump inside that particular element I will dump inside the app. To good code readability purpose. To good code readability purpose. For example, here I I will show you one demo exactly how we are going to do that one. So everybody's know about the nav bar, right? Online people, you guys also know about the nav bar. I will share this. I will get inside the GitHub. You can get all of these things. Okay. Now just tell me the demo of this. Now can I call this is nothing but a nav bar? Yes or no? Now when you are going to design any nav bar, obviously we will do it to 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts. Choice is ours. So what I will divide into the 3 parts. So this is the first part. What is the first part? This one. Logo. Again I have one more part. I will call it as a navigation. Again I will use one more part. I will call it as a profile. Okay. Now actually we will design the nav bar like this in the JavaScript or HTML. By using like this only we are going to create HTML, 3 parts we will divide, inside that we will write CSS, JavaScript requirement we will write here. Now this is the JS version. Now same to same thing. In the React JS how we are going to do now means I will create a logo component. I will create a navigation component. I will create a profile component. Now here what will happen? All three have a different components I have. Now if I want to design the nav bar, I will create a one parent component. All three I will dump inside this. This is a nav container. Or else nav bar component you can call. Now when you are creating like this, what is the advantage, sir? What is the advantage you will get? Now for suppose this logo, if you observe that logo I will use in the n number of places in the project. If you observe that particular logo I will use in the not only nav bar, where I can use footer also I can use some places, some structure I will design it in between also I will use that particular logo. So in that cases again and again I will not write that code. I will call this function and I will utilize. Now this nav bar I have an app is there in the front. I will call this nav bar inside the app now. Now on the above I have it, what I have main. Now again I will call this app inside the main now. Now this logo how we can use it. Nav bar component is there. Now along with that I have one more component is also there. We will call it as a body. We have body is also there. So I have a body also and I have a footer is also there. Differently I created. Nav bar component already I sent. Now I will send the body also. Now I will send the footer also inside this. Now nav bar separately I created. Body separately I created. Footer separately I created here. Now inside this nav bar everything how it is going to display for you. Nav. We will write inside the structure again. Okay. Footer. Body. It should be like this only, right? One web page form now there. To form a web page, how many components I created here? 3 components are the major components. Inside that again I have a multiple parts are there. Multiple parts are there. Is it clear all of you? Now you can check when I'm going from the one web page to another web page. Now I need to use to change entire this one. No, what I will do here, simply I will replace this body to the another body. Body 1. Now I want to change. Simply I will change and I will keep the body 1 here. Here I reloading. Huh? No, sir, I don't want this one. Okay, another body I want. Okay, new session again. So here is a body 2. Now what will happen? First I will display this body, main one, starting one. Once my work is done inside this, I am returning from other page, I will remove this one, I will keep this one. Once this one goes also, I will remove this one, I will keep this one. Now one thing you need to understand, every time what I am changing here, only body I am changing. I am changing the nav bar and footer every time. But coming to the JavaScript, what will happen? Every time freshly I need to create nav bar, freshly I need to create the body, freshly I need to create the footer also. This is nothing but a component based architecture. We will call these type of advantages we will get once we create this component. Now this logo is here, right? This logo I want to use inside the footer also. I can use that one inside the footer. Directly I can use inside this. Directly I can use this one. Now inside that wherever I want I will use that particular logo now. Here I want I will use this logo here. That logo I can use inside the body also. I want that logo inside the body. Okay, I will use inside the body also now. It doesn't mean all the bodies need a logo, right? Only out of 3 bodies I will use only one body. I will use inside that. Now if you observe carefully, logo I created only once only. How many times I am utilizing? Inside the nav component of one time. Footer, second time. Body, third time. Write once, use n number of times. This is the meaning of the component. Component reusability. Component reusability. Is it clear all of you? All the people clear now? Yeah, all captain one container, that's it. How the components are working, how we are designing everything clear now? Okay? Yeah, this is nothing but a component based architecture. Like this, we will divide into the pages. Now this body is also there now. This body also not a direct one. Again, I have multiple parts are there inside that body. Same structure I can use n number of times. Inside that, all the bodies having some common structures are there. But suppose if you take the e-commerce website now, that can I call it as nothing but a card? Can I call the product you are displaying? Can I call that is nothing but a card? That card I will separately design a function. That one categories if I will go men category, women category, the kids category. Card displaying is the same only everywhere. I will not rewrite that every time. I will just call that component. I will utilize that. Is it clear? In React, reusability means how much breakdown you break the structure, that much you can do. But when you are breakdown, you also check 1 or 2 times because is this a reusable or not? If it is a reusable, then you will make means it is a good practice. Our component in the if we told us to divide into the components, we divide means it is not a good practice. We need to check whether it is useful or not. If I will divide into the component, whether it is useful or not. Okay, is it clear? All of you? Even yeah, it is also useful. Yes, we need to export and we can use wherever we want. That one also you will do, right? Not now. Advanced levels, you will know all of those things. Okay, you will share the data from one component to another component also. Everything we will do by step by step. Create a component. No, we can call that component. See, we did that one only now. So app is a one component for me currently. What is this app component? Inside this one, again, I'm calling the one more component. This is a class-based component. So this is also you can call calling only, recreating only. You can call and you can utilize. Is it clear? Is this is nothing but a component structure. So like that, you can understand any product also you can take. You can divide that one and you can utilize it. Is it clear, all of you? Class-based component clear how we are creating, how we are using this one. This is a class-based component. Now same like that, I will use a function-based component also. Now inside the SRC, I am going to create the one more function-based component. Function-based component dot JSX. Now function-based also we have two types. Named function also we have, arrow function also we have. We will see both of them, but most probably we will use arrow function only because easy syntax, remembering also easy for us. So due to that reason, first I will show you the named function, then I will show you the arrow function also. So function, function keyword, function keyword. So direct, what is the function name? Here also, guys, one more point. Whenever you are going to create any component, that function name or the class name should be start with uppercase only. Okay, this is a component rule. This is a component rule. When you are starting any component, mandatory the component name or that particular class name should be in the uppercase only, uppercase starting. Function based component. Okay, call the function inside that return of h1 tag, return h1 tag. I am a function based component. I am a function based component. Here, no need to use the return method. Return is mandatory for us. Inside the function, we don't have any return methods here like in the class based component. Simply here you can return here. Sorry, return that export you need to know of the export default. What is that? Function based component. Here no need to use the import, react, etc. things, no need. When it needed means we will guide you when it is needed. Currently no need of that. Directly we can use. Now I want to display this data in the UI. Now for example, already you created the class based component, you are dumping inside there and you are utilizing. Now again I created the function based component. This one also I need to display. Now inside this app. Now here two lines of code is here. Yes or no? One is the H, both are the H or two H1s I want to display in the UI. Now what is the JSX rule? First rule, whenever we have a multiple components to display, we need to wrap inside the parent. Now I have two components there, right? So what I need to do now? I need to wrap inside the parent. So I will use as a React fragment space. Okay, inside this one I will use a class based component. Now I need to import the function based also. Import function based component. Function based component. Now here again I need to call that one. Function based component directly. Now I am using it as an unpaid tag. Now I am using it as an unpaid tag. Now you guys can check in the UI. Class based is also there. Function based is also. But both of them in the same file. Different files we created will dump inside the single file here. Function based with normal function. Now we are going to create with the arrow function. Till now clear guys? All right people? Okay. Now arrow function how to create. Now I don't want this one. one. This one also no need. This one also no need. This one also no need. Again, one more component I will create src arrow function dot jsx. Okay, ma? Arrow function dot jsx. So arrow function we need to create. Let arrow function equals to one array. Inside this, I will use here return h1 that I am a function component with arrow function. With arrow function, make sure that here you need to export that one. Export default arrow function. Okay, ma? Now how to import this one inside the app? Import arrow function. Now after this class function based arrow function we can use. That's it. Now you guys can check. I have a function component with the arrow function is going to display inside the UI. Okay, this is nothing but a functions component. This is nothing but a functions component. Implicit exporter. That one also. Implicit exporter, named exporter I taught for you. Implicit exporter. Implicit return, that one. If I have a one line of execution, that one we will call it implicit return. Yeah, here I can use that one. Because I have only h1 tag now. So here I can use here. Now also it will work. Now also it will work for me. But when I have a multiple statement means mandatory we need to use the curly brackets and later we need to use one. Is it clear as online people? Guys, respond online people. If you are not responding, I can't do anything. 100 people or 110 people are there. You guys will try now this one. Now you can try guys. And after if you have a timing, then you will go for the new concept. Okay. Which one I need to open? Which file I need to open now? App. Okay, fine. App the main. Okay. Inside the main, nothing is there now. I will open both of them. Sir, can we write multiple components in one file? That one only I did in our app. Where is this app? See here, that one only I did now. Class-based component, function-based component, arrow function component. All are the multiple components only now. So the file names, class name, and the function we should be starting with capital letter. Right? Is there a norm, rule, or thing might be break if it It is a rule only, right? Because component when we are creating it should be in the uppercase only. File names means in the further classes I will teach you the shortcuts to create this, all of these things. At that time, if it will take it as a file name only. If you are creating the file name with the lowercase, but component we need in the uppercase, right? Mismatch again, you need to change them. If you created the file name with the uppercase, then the direct component will also start with the uppercase. We need not to focus on that much. On that, guys, if you're getting any errors while doing it, first thing, check whether you exported or not. Next step, check whether you imported or not. Exporting properly done means check whether you imported or not. Because most of the cases, these two mistakes only you will do. While you're writing the syntaxes, either you forgot import or you forgot the export. These two cases only you will do. And check the return keyword also, whether the return is there or not. Okay? These three cases only the mistakes you will do. Not like that. You can give any name also. Guys, one more point I'm telling you. Don't try the copy paste the codes. Okay? Try to understand the flow. Why? Because now I have only 3 files. It is fine. When you go for the upcoming classes, now 3 will be converted to 6. 6 will be converted to 12. When you go for the project, we don't know how many files we will create. So in that cases, each and every file copy pasting is difficult for us. So try to understand what I am writing there, how I am writing. Then no need of my files also for you people. Okay? Satyada, is it clear for you? Okay, do it. For class-based component, I will use render. For function-based, no need. Main file is a repeat flow. Where it is repeat flow, right? React DOM is an object. Inside that I have a method called create root, which already create root. Which root I need to create? Already index.html I have a root is there. That particular root I am accessing. Inside that I am rendering the app component. Now that's it. So instead of let, can I use const? Yeah, you can use. Then you need to export the button. Button variable you need to export. చేసుకోవచ్చమ్మా మీరు ఎలా కావాలంటే అలా యూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు దీన్ని క్లాస్ బేస్ రాసుకోండి ఫంక్షన్ బేస్ రాసుకోండి ఫంక్షన్ బేస్ లో క్లాస్ బేస్ కాంపోనెంట్ కాల్ చేసుకోవచ్చు మొత్తం వైస్ వర్సా కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు
Only like only. So you cannot do anything.
to practice. Like completed means completed. You need to do practice because these all are the basics. మెయిన్గా JSX తర్వాత ఏమి వినవచ్చు క్లాస్ ఫంక్షన్ ఎక్కడ అవును యాప్ కాల్ చేసుకున్నా నేను యాప్ లోపల మెయిన్ లోపల నువ్వు ఏదైనా పిలుచుకోవచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఫంక్షన్ ఒకటి క్రియేట్ చేసి దాన్ని అక్కడ పెట్టుకున్నాం. నువ్వు మాట్లాడేది నాకు వినిపించదు.
Kutulang pula bekkal dalam aku kira lepas tu aku baca pasal video ini lah. होमियोपैथी बोले छोट पिला हम ना जाएगा मूर्ख लोग मूर्ख बुद्धि दे मन सुन क्यों ना बोलो ये पूरा करना सब ये अरे हमने काम में करना बोला